Life for me ain't been no crystal stairs. It had tanks in it, bowls torn up places. No carpet on the floor, bare. But all the times I still been climbing on, reaching landings, turning corners, and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So don't you stop now. Don't you sit down on the steps, because you find it kind of hard. I still going. I still climbing. These are words that the prolific poet Langston Hughes spoke about. And he began to talk about a mother that was challenged in raising her son. The challenges of what I've experienced as a son who was raised by a single mother. And the inspiration that trickled down from that mother to that son, it gives me inspiration. It gives me the inspiration that as I see it through his eyes and visualize that if you can't soar like an eagle, then you should run like a lion. And if you can't run like a lion, then you should walk like a man. But if you can't walk like a man, then you should crawl as if the Holy Spirit was crawling on you on Sunday morning. Amen. Langston Hughes, Maya Angelou, and Nikki Giovanni, some of my favorite poets. Those are my roots to who I am. But also, Dr. Martin Luther King used that same insert in one of his speeches back in 1960. And through a time of great injustice and through a time of violence, he kept calm and peace. And I looked and I studied and I researched. I said, well, how could he deliver such a powerful speech and message using somebody else's words, trickling down inspiration? And I took from that he was trying to instill unity in our communities. Which reminds me and brought to life an African proverb that says that it takes an entire village to raise a child. Martin Luther King, I am embraced by his speech, and from those roots, I am. I grew up in a household with no crystal stairs in it, but it was full of love. It was my uncles and aunts by nicknames Possum, Pig, and Pump. My grandmother named Moon, and my mother named Glow, but no father in my household, which in terms began to bury the roots of a stereotype that will be raised up into the correctional facility. It was in 2007 that I found myself inside of prison. And as I began to talk to guys, wow, it was so mind-blowing because these guys was wearing their sentence as a badge of honor. In fact, they thought it was a rite of passage. Wow. So now I realize that what they had been experienced through their lifetime, through their culture, is the woes of stereotypes. And I did a little research, even though I lived it, and people who look like me, 1 out of every 3 of us will at some time in our life be incarcerated. But the facts get deeper, because those same people us, blacks, we find ourselves 3 times more likely to be experienced through violence, police brutality, or to be shot. And so when I think about people who walk down Chestnut Street, which are areas in Virginia, or downtown Newport News, or in Aqueduct, and this is quote unquote the ghetto, the hood, you know, and people expect violence, but you had no business getting shot in good neighborhoods. So therefore, when you are armed with a pack of Skittles and you are packing an iced tea, it may give you opportunity to experience violence from our culture. Also, if you're wearing a hood, it can get you killed. Ask Trayvon Martin. The philosophies that Dr. Martin Luther King left to the roots from Langston Hughes somehow did not get an opportunity to affect Trayvon Martin. I am Trayvon Martin, and the roots to I am from his philosophies. And in closing, I want to just share with you guys that as the generational minorities begin to identify with names as Negroes or colors, African Americans, and begin to try to culturalize a people that came through poverty and struggle. But I took it a step further and I looked that what I closely identify with is the Moors, the Berbers. Look at 1711 to 1492. You will see a Moorish empire in Spain that in 1492 it was overtaken by King Ferdinand V and Queen Elizabeth I. But before then, Moors meaning navigators, we was going all over the nation, the city, and we was trading and being merchants, sea merchants. And we began to empower ourselves with the riches and the wealth of the world. It was empowering to me to be able to learn that, and I said, wow, that's what I identify with. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Libraries and architects and monasteries and all this knowledge to be able to gain wealth acquisitions. Like now I'm powerful more than by measure, because now I can not only get the money, but I have the knowledge now, so I can move forward. So from Moorish Spain to the stereotypes that affected Trayvon Martin, to Martin Luther King, to Langston Hughes, I am. Roots to I am. Thank you.